We have a larger than average group, so I'm just giving it a couple awkward seconds. All right. Well, that brings us to number 9 on our agenda, which is the superintendent's report. And for that, I will turn it over to Dr. Ross.
Thank you, Madam Chair, trustees, and members of our community. And I want to thank all the parents and our sponsors and our foundation. This is just, each one of these projects represents new knowledge that they have brought through their research. These are things that are not in the textbooks. These are answers that are not Googleable, and they have reached out to make that a reality. So we thank them for their diligence and their hard work and the recognition tonight. So as always, I'm guided by 3 critical questions in our work. Why do we do this work? How do we accomplish it? And then what are the outcomes? Our vision is that we love and grow our students. Our mission is that we're focused on academic, social, emotional growth and development. We have our strategic plan outcomes that serves as our why, our what. And that's school climate and our 6 strategies, teacher administrative quality and 6 strategies, student achievement in our 6 strategies, and gifted and talented with 8. As tonight, we will look at updating that, and Dr. Holden is here to help us with that, from moving from 8 to 6. But it's indeed the growing season in School District 5. If we look at our fall map projections from last year, you can see the number of students that were off grade level versus the ones that were on grade level. If we look at what we have done in just 1 year, you can see that there is growth in School District 5. If we look at our winter results from 2023 and look at what we see in 2024, you can see that there is growth in School District 5. Our focus now is on the graduation rate. And each week we monitor that, looking at the results that we have in our work, trying to make sure that we not only have identified the numbers behind every student, but the names behind these numbers and the stories that represent these graduation rates. As we move in the last few months of the district, please bear with us with our secondary schools, our high schools, as they work diligently to try to overcome those barriers so that our students can be successful and ready to graduate on time. Looking at our measures from last year, we can see we're up in every category with a maintaining of graduation rate, but yet we've seen a success with a falling dropout rate. So we're very proud of the work of the students, the teachers, the staff, the principals, administrators in District 5, and this is indeed the growing season. At this time, we will turn it over to our interim Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Marty Rolls, for our monthly financial update. Ms. Rolls.
Thank you, Dr. Ross. Madam Chair, Dr. Ross and board members, we have before you the monthly financial reports. And the first one will be our revenue summary. As you can see, we are doing very well. We are meeting our expectations and what our budget numbers were. We are ahead of where we were this time last year. This does include the January payments from Lexington County, does not include the January payments from Richland County. So I don't see anything alarming with these numbers at this time. Any questions regarding the revenues as of the end of January? Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Huddle?
I was curious, the state funding is based on weighted pupil units, right?
Yes, ma'am.
At what point or points do they measure that? And how are we doing, or how do we think we're going to do compared to what we budgeted?
They measure that at the 45th day and the 135th day. Okay. So our initial allocation when we started last July was based on the 135th day from the 22-23 year. And it was updated as of the 45th day, so the end of the first quarter of the 23-24 year. And it will be updated again based on the 135th day, which I believe was about a couple of weeks ago, very recently, end of the third 9 weeks in school. So it will be adjusted. We are still within pretty good about where we budgeted. It might be a little bit lower. Our receipts may be a little bit lower because it's not necessarily only how we perform, it's how the state performs and what our percentage of the state is.
Thank you.
So it's hard to estimate that and project it. We just have to wait to see how everybody else reports. Any other questions? I don't think this one's. It's not going to the, there we go. All right, so the next report is the expenditure report as of the end of January. A couple things to note on this report. We are, again, doing better than we were at the same time last year. There is still on the budget out there, I think, Ms. Huddle, you had asked once about the $1.5 million for the portables. You can see that that's still there under the equipment and the support and community services line in the original budget and in the adjusted budget. One thing I wanted to point out about this, I did some quick percentages, and salaries and fringe in this model are still 87.2%. So as far as controllable dollars, we're just under 30 million in controllable dollars that are not related to salaries and benefits, and that's 12.7%. So just wanted to point that out as we get into looking at next year's budget. I think the numbers are going to be, as they appear right now, to be pretty similar in percentage to where we are at this, this current school year. Any questions on expenditures?
Any questions? No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And last, Madam Chair, trustees, as we talk about the teacher shortages that we experience, they're actually global shortages, and we see it in the state of South Carolina. And so as School District 5, we're looking at ways to increase our teacher pool. And so at this time, I'm going to ask our Chief of Human Resources, Dr. Tamara Turner, to come forth and talk about some projects that she is doing, and as well as our Director of Personnel, Dr. Reggie Wicker, to turn classified staff into certified staff. Dr. Turner.
Good evening, Chair Hines, members of the board, and Dr. Ross. I wanted to invite Dr. Wicker forward to share some things. I thought it would be most appropriate for him to share updates with you. We spend a lot of time, you all know, talking about recruitment and retention, brainstorming ideas, always coming up with new ways to attract and retain educators in the district. The person that helps me make it happen in the Office of the Human Resources is Dr. Wicker, so I thought it'd be appropriate for him to come up this evening and share some updates with some creative things we're doing to try to retain and recruit educators. Dr. Wicker.
Thank you, Dr. Turner. Madam Chair, board members, Dr. Ross, it's my pleasure this evening to stand before you and to share with you two initiatives through the Office of Human Resources in regards to focusing on teacher recruitment. The first is, there we go. The first is on April 25th here at the center. We will have a degree completion, alternative certification, pathway information session. That'll be open to our staff members here who are support staff members, as well as our community. So if you are a support staff who is interested in going back and completing your degree, becoming certified, this is a session for you. It's also out for our community members as well. Again, for those who may be interested in completing a degree, as well as going back and becoming certified, this is a session that they can attend to make that happen. Right now, we have about 12 different partners, to include colleges and universities, that we are hosting on that particular day. And those include Grand Canyon University, Columbia International University, Columbia College, the APEC program through Columbia College, Lander University, Newberry College, Teach SC, SC PACE, SC Create, D5 Adult Education, USC, and Carolina CAP. and we're still yet waiting on a confirmation from Midlands Tech as well as Teachers of Tomorrow. So once again, this is a wonderful opportunity for our staff inside the district as well as our community members. We pulled some data about a week or so ago. If I'm not mistaken, in a 3-year period of time, we've had 25 support staff in the district who have now moved to certified staff. That is definitely something to celebrate. 25 who have moved to a certified status. So again, this is a great way for those individuals, again, who may not have completed their degree yet, or who have completed their degree and want to know how to become certified. This is definitely a great opportunity. So again, April 25th here at the center from 4 to 6. So I'll pause for a moment for any questions that you may have in regards to this session.
Any questions? I'm seeing.
All right, moving right along. The next thing is going to be, as you all know, science is one of those areas that's very hard to fill. So we're focusing on right now we've reached out to 20 different colleges and universities for those individuals and those institutions that have science programs. We have also reached out to those persons in those areas. So say, for instance, you may have had a desire to become a doctor, and for some reason that has not quite worked out for you yet, but you were a science major. We're definitely now working on a way for you to become certified as well. So we reached out to those individuals in those departments to share with them the opportunity to become certified in our system. So another way for us to retain or to recruit teachers in this shortage. So we're very excited about these opportunities. And again, thank you so very much for allowing us the opportunity to share this with you tonight. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wicker, and we certainly appreciate this opportunity. I would just like to embarrass Dr. Wicker very quickly. He started out, he's actually someone who represents that path from going from classified to certified. He started out as a school bus driver and made his way to director through the principalship. And so that's a really great celebration. And to look at one of the certified to classified sessions I saw, we have 14 from all across the district. Even one of our custodians who is looking to take this path to the classroom. So we thank you for being creative in this time, finding ways to increase that teacher pool. It's going to be these stories and others that build our D5 story as we ensure that 17,300 students feel loved in our schools and has demonstrated academic growth in our schools. Trustees, that is the superintendent's report, and I stand for any questions.
We have any questions for Dr. Ross? All right, seeing none, thank you, Dr. Ross, for that.